Steph Castelein and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm working on some more Pinterest. This is kind of my focus for the month. And similar to my last video, I want to show you guys what this looks like. I always say that you can grow as you go. So while you're working on your blog and Pinterest and learning different things about the online world, don't be afraid to make a plan, take action, and then know that you can always change. That's what I'm doing here. I started Pinterest and Tailwind, really dove in last September. So it's been what? End of September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So it's been like 8 months, I'd say. And now that I feel like I have my feet underneath me, I have some systems in place. I'm going back and changing a few things and just implementing what I've learned into making this more effective. So again, just grow as you go. You don't have to do all this at once, but I want to show you what this looks like for me 8 months later. So I'm going to do some planning. Any big project that I'm about to dive into, I always come up with a plan so that I can just check things off. So I'm going to make a plan quick and then head back into the kitchen and actually do the work. Okay, we're back in the kitchen, ready to do some work, and here's my very official list that I came up with. So these are the changes that I'm going to be making, again, 8 months later. I want that to be kind of the focus of this video, is that you don't have to have it all perfect all at once, and you're not going to. But get going, get your feet wet, you know, create templates, and just find your footing in what you're doing, and then always get better from there. So for me, 8 months later, I'm going to be changing my header, my description, my featured boards. I'm also going to revamp old boards and hide some that aren't relevant to blogging specifically and marketing and online business. Because remember, my Pinterest started, and so did my blog, as a hobby blog. And now I'm changing it to be blogging specific, revamping a few of those old boards and going to hide them. I'm also going to add, and maybe I'll do this all today and maybe I won't, but 20 new boards with descriptions. That's a big goal for me today. And then I'm going to try to join 5 new group boards. I'm guessing it's gonna take me 90 minutes to 2 hours to do all of this. And if it takes me more, that's kind of all I have allotted for today. So it's gonna have to wait until next week. And already next week, I have a few things written down. I wanna join 5 more group boards, as well as, and I have to look into this one, but adding photos to my board as the board photos. Don't worry, this video will not be 2 hours, but I am going to show you guys what this looks like. So you can see here I have Steph Castelein blogging tips for beginners. I'm going to change this. I've had it for a bit now. It was totally different at the beginning. It's kind of evolved over time, but I'm going to change it to include, I think, content ideas as well as growing your blog, something like that. So I'm going to play with this and I'll show you guys what I end up with. Okay, so I came up with blogging tips, content ideas, and grow your blog. This can only be 65 characters, and those all fit, which is exciting because sometimes it's hard to get that all to fit how you know, nice and neat. When people are looking for specific keywords and like bloggers and blogging tips and content ideas and growing their blog, I want to include that in my display name. So it's not my header, I guess. I've been calling it my header. It's my display name. So I want to include that in my display name, those kind of blogging tips, content ideas, and grow your blog. So that was actually pretty simple, and I'm glad that that worked. Okay, so then moving on to my about your profile, this is what I called the description. I'm going to edit my profile to just be a little bit different, update it a bit. So I'll again come up with this and show you what I decide on. Okay, so I came up with, I help new bloggers start and grow their blog. These blogging strategies will help you be more confident and consistent to grow your online presence. Again, knowing that I just have to go with something and can always change it if I need to. But yeah, that sounds great, I think. New bloggers start and grow their blog. Just looking at different keywords that I want whoever is looking for these specific things online to find my channel, my target audience. So blogging strategies, grow your online presence. You know what? I'm gonna go with this. Okay, task number 2. Okay, so now I am going to revamp and hide some of my old boards that I already have. So let's go ahead and take a look at those boards. Okay, so these are the boards that I have. Again, before my Each Day Slow blog was a hobby blog, and therefore so was my Pinterest. So I have a lot of pure Michigan, marriage, outfit inspiration, DIY ideas, travel, a little bit of everything. So I'm going to work on hiding some of these and also revamping some of the ones that I do like, and I'll just let you know what that looks like as we go. Okay, so right now I'm going through and I'm hiding all the boards that don't have to do with blogging or marketing or website or SEO, anything like that. I don't feel comfortable deleting them yet. I'm thinking that if I hide them now, I'll feel more comfortable deleting them in the future once I start my blogging blog. So I'm gonna hide them. So I go to the little edit icon, or I guess it's a pencil icon. Keep this board secret, so only collaborators and I can see it. I'm hoping that this will not confuse Pinterest, that it'll see me as, you know, a blogging tips go-to person, but I think this is the first step to eventually deleting the pins that I've already put there. If I wanted to delete them, I would just go here, but I would lose all the pins, and again, I'm just not comfortable with that yet. So anyway, so then I go to done, so we'll go through and do quite a few of these actually. Okay, so I'm left with 11 of my own boards and 2 from group boards. You can see my hidden ones down here, or my secret boards. And now I'm going to rearrange them in an order that I would want someone to see them. This is different than my featured 5, which I will get to soon, but I'm going to rearrange them quickly. Okay, so I rearranged them and now I'm going to go in and edit them, each of these, to be a little bit more specific with a name, and then write a description and put them in a category for each one. Again, this is something that 8 months later I'm just doing now. I probably should have written in the description and then the details from the get-go, but I didn't, and so now I'm kind of going back and reorganizing and doing all of that. And something that I want to do, especially in my description, is to add, you know, as many of those keywords as I can. When someone from my target audience is looking up something on Pinterest, I want them to find me. So my description will include, you know, those keywords of like blogging tips and new blogger and content ideas and Pinterest ideas and all of those things. So that's what I'm focusing on here. Okay, so I wrote the description for my first one. I left the title blogging tips. I wrote blogging tips for new bloggers and people trying to grow their blog. These blogging strategies show you how to make money blogging, grow your online audience, be a consistent blogger, and more about content creation, online marketing, and blogging full-time. They actually don't have a category that fits, so I put other, and that's it for one. Oh, and right here, this is what I was talking about for next week. I mentioned it earlier in the video, but creating I said a photo for each board. It's actually a board cover. So I'll hit done, and I am going to finish these up off camera so you don't have to sit through the next 10 of them, but I will be back in just a minute. Okay, so I redid some of the titles, but I added descriptions to all of my boards. I actually trimmed out some more, like that travel blog and simple living, and my Each Day Slow board, because I am just totally making this transfer over. I hid those, they're my secret boards. So this is what I'm left with, and I can cross off the revamp the old boards. And now I'm moving on to creating new boards, breaking these into more detail and just like, you know, adding a marketing tips, a social media tips, an Instagram tips board, a Facebook tips board, a Pinterest tips board, a Pinterest for business board. Definitely doing these more detailed, more niche down, so that when people are specifically looking for Pinterest tips or Pinterest tips for bloggers or Pinterest tips for business, you know, that's obviously going to cater to them and show up for them. So I'm not going to create all of them again real time, but I will show you some that I'm going to create right now. So what I do is go to just right here in my board. So I'm on my profile and boards, and I go to create board. I'm going to name this one. Actually, that's part of what I did when I did my brainstorming, was I wrote down like 20 or so different ideas of boards that I wanted to create. So now I'm going to go through and create those. So that's the research that I was doing beforehand. I had my main things that I was going to go through, and then some of the detail work filled out so that I can just cross it off. Boom! And again, so that I'm not just sitting here like coming up with boards to create, I have a little bit of a plan. So anyway, my first one that I'm going to put is grow your, blog. Okay, create. A lot of my pins will apply to a lot of these boards, so they're going to get filled in very quickly. So I'm not going to do this right now. I'll go with done. Since I'm on it, I go over to these three dots, go to edit, and here is where I can again fill in the name, change the description and the category and save it. So I'm going to do that. Okay, for this one I wrote, for grow your blog, ideas to help grow your blog, get more traffic to your blog and website, and continue to grow your online audience with these different ideas. Learn different blogging tips, website tips, content ideas, SEO tips, and online business ideas to increase your online traffic. Category other, and I'm done. I'm gonna do a few more here. Okay, I only created 2 new boards here. I'm going to create more soon, but I wanted to show you something else that I wanted to do today that I wanted to change up. I want to feature my top 5 boards, like what I want people to see. So what I'm gonna do is go to over here to the drop down arrow and go to settings. And if I go all the way down to featured boards, so make your best ideas the first ones people see, and I go to edit. So what I'm gonna do is, you can obviously see that there's 5 slots here, so pick the top 5 to feature. So the first one I am going to do my YouTube channel. When I get my blog established for this, that will be the first thing, and then my YouTube channel will be second. But first I'm going to go to my YouTube channel, and then I'm going to do how to start a blog. And then I'm going to do grow your blog. Okay, actually I'm not seeing the boards that I just created. The 2 that I just created I actually want in slot 3 and slot 5. So they're not showing up right now. I'm sure I have to give them a day or so just to register with Pinterest. So no big deal. Learning as I go. Best blogging tips. So those will be my featured boards. And from what I've seen with Pinterest and just what I've read and heard other people say is that you want to feature your blog's board first. So like I said, when I create my blog, that will be the first one featured, and then my YouTube channel. But for you, if you are using Pinterest to drive traffic to your blog, you want your blog as your first featured board, like that, like hands down with the description. So make sure that you do that. Okay, and then the last thing that I wanted to do was join 5 different group boards. So I'm gonna show you what this looks like. I am already a member of 2 group boards, this blogging tips and tools and blogging tips group. And I'm gonna try and join 5 more so that I can continue to post to those boards specifically. It's just a great way to get your pins in front of, you know, like-minded people in certain groups. What I have here actually is Catherine Manning. She used to be the content bug, and she talked a lot about blogging before. Now she's kind of switched over to YouTube. But I'm on her boards, and you can see the groups that she's a part of. So I'm actually going to look through these and see if I can join a few or which ones would be good for me to join. Okay, so let's try this blogging tips and ideas board. Again, everyone is different. So if I look at this, tips and ideas for bloggers, for beginner and experienced bloggers, here you can find a mixture of great and creative ideas for your blog and a lot of proven method to improve your blogging game. To contribute to this board, 1, follow me at trytoblog, 2, send me an email, info@trytoblog.com. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I followed there, and then, so I have to send an email. Okay, so I requested to join that one pretty quick and easy, and I'll find 4 more to be a part of for today. Some people swear by group boards, some people think that they're kind of out of date, and for me, I'm a part of 2, but most of the bloggers that I follow and are really into Pinterest are actually a part of quite a few of them. So it's my goal to do 5 this week, and I'll do 5, and it's on my list to do 5 next week. And that is it for today, guys. That is kind of what I wanted to work on more for Pinterest. I've said it a few times, but I started Pinterest really diving in about 8 months ago. So these changes continue to evolve as I grow and learn more things. I honestly have been putting off writing the descriptions and creating new boards for a while, thinking that it would take me a lot longer. But honestly, that wasn't too bad. Granted, I haven't gone through all of them that I wanted to create. I'm going to do that now once I shut off the camera. But yeah, that was pretty painless. So I hope you can see why I decided to work on these 6 things, creating new boards, revamping my old ones, joining group boards, changing the header, description, all of that kind of stuff. And again, just continuing to focus in on Pinterest and have that well established for my YouTube channel, but then also when I get my blog up and running. So that's the work that I put in today to continue to grow this, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the behind the scenes. Let me know if you have any questions on what I worked on or why I chose to do it that way, any of the processes or thought process, anything at all. I'm an open book for you guys, so let me know down below. If you would, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. Oh, I just passed 300 subscribers, and I appreciate each and every one of you so much, and I can't wait to continue to grow and see where YouTube and this journey takes me. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, night, wherever you are, and yeah, have a good one, and we'll see you guys really, really soon. Alright, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye!